Hey everyone, it's Chelsea with Savannah Wren Studio. And my last video, I talked a little bit about some of my struggles with rejection sensitive dysphoria or RSD and how it is closely connected to my ADHD that I struggle with. And I just wanted to talk a little bit more about what RSD feels like. In my last video, I discussed that it was an emotional response and that it was very intense emotions that could easily spiral me into depression and ideas of worthlessness. And so I just wanted to explore what it actually feels like and some of the thoughts that come up when I am going through an RSD episode. So for me, RSD doesn't care about the scale of mistakes or imperfections or perceived imperfections that I am experiencing. I can have an episode of RSD when I am doing something small, like say my phone autocorrects to a different word or I spell a word incorrectly on my phone and one of my friends or colleagues points out that the word is incorrect and that maybe I meant this or I meant to spell it this way. And even though they're being helpful and they're being constructive, my RSD immediately jumps to butterflies in my stomach. I feel really hot. I may start instantly crying about this typo issue. I can feel like I'm being rejected for who I am because I wasn't perfect and I misspelled a word that was a common word, and whether it was me that misspelled it or my phone, I still internalize it as I was not perfect. I was a failure, and therefore I am a failure as a person. I am worthless, and why am I even doing this? And so you can kind of tell that from that small incident, it can move really, really fast from rejection and perceived criticism to I'm worthless, I shouldn't exist, and now I'm in a depression spiral that can also manifest as external anger as well as internal anger at myself and blaming myself and punishing myself for not catching it or not doing it perfectly the first time and having to go and fix it. And what do people think of me because I didn't do it right the first time? Are they going to reject me because I made a mistake? And so there is the first step is the emotions that go along with what I am seeing and hearing or how I am interpreting the criticism that is in front of me. I immediately feel embarrassment. I feel anxiety. My heart is racing. I have the jitters, I've got to go fix it right now kind of intensity. There may be flushing and a tear response, whether it's being on the verge of crying or actually shedding tears at my frustration at myself. And then as I'm experiencing those emotions, I could do one of two things. One, I might think, I shouldn't be feeling this way. Why am I doing this? Why am I feeling so horrible about this? It was just an autocorrect. So why am I making such a big deal out of this? And internalizing my feelings and my emotions to attack myself and make things worse. Or on the flip side, I will still attack myself, but it will be in terms of, I'm stupid. Why would people take me seriously because I made this one little mistake? I'm an imposter. I am a failure. And so it's a different level of self-criticism and self-harm. But do not misunderstand me. Both types are a form of self-abuse. And like I said, I feel this almost every time something happens that I associate with criticism and or rejection. And so it can be as simple as that typo, or it could be something larger as someone interpreting my words in a different way than I had intended or expected, and receiving criticism that way, or flat out rejection for what I had written. Different levels of confrontation can be difficult for me because of RSD. And there's a lot of times that it crops up in ways that even I'm not aware of until maybe a day or weeks or even months later. And until a couple of months ago, I didn't know that this was a thing. And as I slowly did more research about ADHD and about RSD, it made perfect sense. And so I wanted to create this video to just explain a little more in detail how intense that physical sensation of RSD is to me, in hopes that maybe if you are dealing with ADHD and or RSD, that maybe this would be helpful for you. I'm planning on doing a third video that is my reaction to that rambling Facebook Live. And in the third video, which will be coming out next, I want to slow down a little bit and really explore some of the tips that I had found online in my ADHD groups, and that my therapist had given me as tools to help me cope with my RSD. So, as always, if you enjoy my content, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to my channel. You can also follow me on Patreon at Savannah Wren Studios or Chelsea Medlock, and you can find me on Facebook under Savannah Wren Studio. The light in me recognizes and honors the light and the darkness within you. I wish you all the best day.